And it goes a little something like.
I'll keep you warm all summer, and after fall, I'll keep you warm all summer.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever episode of ZsKast. My name is Nima and this guy over here is...
Mohammed.
Mohammed, you're being so serious for the first
I
episode.
just said two words. That's all I said.
I'm just look at you. You're like staring into
I'm a
my
little nervous.
eyeballs.
I'm a little nervous because it's the first episode, you know?
The way that you're looking at me is like, bro, if you say something
supposed
wrong, I'm gonna kick your
You want
ass.
to look at the camera most of the time? Because, I didn't know, like, it's my first time with microphones and stuff. I mean, you have more experience because you have a YouTube channel, but you have to keep it like a good distance and you keep going away from it. So I think why I'm serious is because I'm trying to like stay super close. So like I just turn like this.
You're thinking, like, you're trying to synchronize so many things.
You gotta
at
get
the
used
same
to it,
time. By the way, I love the design of your hoodie, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
That's
trying to
Tupac,
match
right?
the color, but
ZsKast, right?
yeah, got the Tupac hoodie,
I love it. I love it.
This guy's a hat guy, so you're gonna see him every day with that.
Yeah,
hat.
I have a.
He's not bald. Don't worry, he's not bald. He actually has hair. But that's his thing. So
Yeah, so when I met Mohammed for the first time, he told me about his passion for starting a podcast. Like, he has been having this plan to start his podcast for years. And what stopped you, bro, from like starting your podcast?
I don't know. I feel like when you want to start a podcast, you gotta have like consistency. You gotta have topics. You gotta have an outline. You're pretty good with that stuff because you already have a YouTube channel, and I think that's probably why. And also timing. There's a certain time that you feel good about just talking and confidence, and sometimes you just don't necessarily have the urge to do it. I have a lot of friends. We always sit around, just like you. I'm sure you sit around with your friends, and like you always argue over something, or you talk about something. Whether you're drunk or you're high, or you just just like you always talk. And I always thought, it'd be cool to just do it behind a microphone. Maybe people that are watching it, they find it interesting. Give it a try.
Yeah, so the first time that we were discussing the topics that we could cover on our podcast, we had like a list of 20 different topics. But the one that was my the most favorite of actually both of us was the one that is gonna focus on social media.
Yeah, I thought having social media basically social media and like how it plays a role these day and age, and like how some people are more keen to having it and some people are not. And we're going to talk about just in general. I mean, we're just going to give our own opinion. We're not like criticizing. We're not going to be doing a social dilemma podcast, how to say it's so bad for you and it's so negative and it leads. We're just going to talk in general.
Yeah. So what is, I'm just going to ask you like a real personal question first to just let our audience know, what type of personality we have towards our own topic. So I personally am like a big fan of social media. I use it. My mom uses it. My grandma uses it. Her mom uses it.
Your grandma uses it? How old is your grandma?
My grandma or her mom?
Oh, your grandma's mom is alive? Yeah. Damn, bro. Good genes.
Yeah, so my grandma is on Instagram.
Your grandma's on Instagram?
Yes,
How old is your grandma?
She's around 70.
70?
And the thing is, whenever I post like a story, she's like one of the first people who replies.
Grandmas are always like that. I feel like they just have no filter. They literally comment on everything. I don't know. I have a lot of friends and they're always have their grandparents or something. They're always commenting or saying, especially Facebook. The grandmas and grandparents made Facebook not cool. That's why everybody was like, oh, I don't know.
But here's the thing. From the country that we both are coming from, Iran, actually Facebook is filtered. So you have to use VPN in order to get
us and China are actually two countries that are pretty we have to use VPNs. You know how you guys use VPNs for Netflix and stuff to watch different shows? You have to use it for everything. Instagram. Now I think Spotify too.
Yeah. Actually, Spotify itself blocked Iranians' IP. That's something.
Anyways, that's another episode. We don't want to bore you guys.
But anyways, I'm a big fan of social media. I use Facebook, Instagram, but I'm not a big fan of Snapchat.
Wait, why? How come?
I don't know, because I started using Instagram and then Instagram stories, and then all of a sudden...
But where did the stories come from? I'm a big on Snapchat. I personally don't even have Instagram, and you know this, but I feel like Snapchat is the perfect balance because, it's kind of corny because some people are like, what are you, like in high school? But I feel like Snapchat is just short and to the point, where Instagram, I'm not trying to see your pictures from months ago or years ago. Unless usually, I don't know, a lot of my friends go through girls pages to see what she looked like 2-3 years ago. Did she glow up?
So the thing is, let me, I want to start like this. what do you think, Mohammed, people who don't prefer not to use social media, I'm just going to give you an example, let's say Instagram or Facebook or even Snapchat. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know people who are not a big fan of social media after watching that Netflix show, Social Dilemma.
I just feel like nowadays, just with like COVID, made a lot of people, or like the election, because everybody was giving opinions. I mean, a lot of people were talking about like different sides, and a lot of people got offended where some people were going to be like, oh, I don't really want to be friends with that person, which was kind of being like, it was a time that was.
Yeah, I mean, but politics is not something that we usually talk on ZsKast.
Right.
But the thing is, some people don't want to get involved in personal life of others.
Right.
I mean, I've talked to so many of my own friends who are like, bro, I don't give a shit what that person is doing or having for lunch.
Right. The
And
people that are always on their phone, like recording and posting every single thing, like.
But the thing is, I have a private account and a business account, which is public. On my personal account, I follow people that I care about their life.
So you got a Finsta, you got a fake Insta, and you got a real one.
Why do you say? I mean, actually, you're not the first person who said fake. It's not like fake. It's like my personal and my public.
So who do you have on your personal account? And who do you
My
have on your
personal,
public?
my mom, family members, close friends.
So wait, the girls that you want to talk to, are they on your personal account or your public account?
So the girls, I usually add them using my private account, because on my private account, I mean, I can follow them, but they cannot see my photos.
Okay.
But that's pretty dirty, bro.
A lot of people have Finstas.
Don't judge me.
A lot of people have Finstas for their close friends, and they have Instagram, like just a normal account for other stuff. You know, especially nowadays when you get a job, they look at your Instagram.
So the thing is, let's just start about like the personal use of social media. So I've known people who are like, I don't care. I don't give a shit what my friends or others are doing. That's why I don't use social media, and I don't want others. So it's more like a privacy, I would say. And on the other hand, it's like, I don't care what people are doing in their life. But I'm pretty sure you agree on this, that some people are like, I don't want my time to be wasted on social media. I feel like I can do something else.
Yeah, I feel like, a lot of people, I think that's one of the biggest things, I feel like everything else, there's so many filter options now, and you got to have like a balance, you don't have to always be on it, but a lot of people are just spend empty time on their phone, just going through it, just going, because it's, that positive intermediate like look that you could keep going and look for it, and they just gets tired of that, and before they know it, they're like, oh shit, I've been on like, I feel like there's a lot of ways to like filter, but a lot of people waste their time on it. I have Snapchat. I don't even have that much stuff. I waste my time. I just waste my time on my phone a lot, just because there's so much at hand.
But the thing is, at the same time, you can let your time be wasted using social media, just checking out the feeds that Instagram is going to show you about your interests or your friends' photos at the party that they were like last night. Yeah, that's one part of social media, but whenever I talk to someone, because I told you I'm a big fan of social media, both for like personal use and also for like business purposes. But speaking of like the personal use, as I mentioned, the thing is, when I post something on my Instagram, it's like it's becoming an archive of my life. It's like a photo album that it's at the same time connected to people that are already involved in that piece of memory.
Like, what do you like? You like looking back in the memories? Is that what
yeah, I mean, first of all, I mean, I haven't met like my family for almost 2 years now.
Like, you haven't seen them because you don't go back.
Yeah, I cannot. But the thing is, now everyone is going to think, why this guy cannot go back to his country? No, I'm kidding. I'm saying.
You're in Miami. It's okay. No one can go back, whether it's Cuba or Venezuela or Iran.
But the thing is, first of all, I'm involved and kind of in touch with what's going on in my family's and close friends' life, because we are so busy nowadays that we cannot just call each other every day.
So it's more of like a personal thing. That becomes a personal, because in your situation, it caters to you really well.
Yeah.
Because you get to catch up with friends and family.
Yeah.
So that's why it's probably you like it a little more than somebody else.
Yeah, and with the stories, people usually post based on your emotions. So when you feel sad, you post something sad, and then your friends know that you're not feeling okay. So it kind of triggers your friends to reach out.
You like that though? You think that's cool? I mean, I feel like a lot of girls do that. Like I feel like a lot of guys too. I mean, a lot of guys do too. I think it's like for attention. I don't know if that's really good though.
It's like some people call like cry for help. But
Basically.
we are social people, and we kind of reaching out to our friends and people who we trust and we love sharing our feelings with. It kind of helps.
Do you think it's because we're more used to being on cyberspace and social media? That's more of a norm than in person? Because I feel like what I don't like about social media is a lot of people act a certain way on social media, and they're completely different people in person, whether that's good or bad.
Well, speaking of that, so if you notice, the people that DM girls, for example, on social media is above the sky when you compare it to number of people who try to reach out to them in person.
Well, of course,
because it's so easy and it doesn't take that much of guts.
I think it's because the denial is easier. Because the denial is just like you look at a text and it's easier to get over than get denial that's face to face.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. I mean, that's how, like, I'm not scared of denial in person. I'm not trying to, I don't care, you know. But a lot of people, they don't like that denial in person. It hurts them. Like,
yeah, it's like it's working like a protection shield, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But also, you have like more numbers of girls, or whether you're a guy or a girl, either or guys, to reach out to than in person. Think about it. How many people you can reach out to sending the same text and testing it out, where you will meet the person in person is way different just to get their attention. Unless you're at a grocery store, unless you're like out and about, it's not as easy.
So the thing is, I agree on that part to some extent. But the thing is, it has become so accessible to reach out to people using social media. And that could be some of its negative sides for some people. But at the same time, you also have this reachability to people that you want to reach out, like people you know.
Especially with what happened with COVID.
I mean, I don't know. So what social medias you usually use?
I use Snapchat a lot, to be honest. That's mostly what I use. I don't use anything else.
Instagram, Facebook?
No, not really. I used to have an Instagram, but I got rid of it. Never had I don't remember the last time I had Facebook. I just, probably in high school when it came out, like 2000, 2009, when it was a thing. But probably just Snapchat.
But the thing is, I agree on the part that so many people are wasting their time on social media because they're just following nonsense people who they don't know, they don't care. They just, for example, that guy is driving a fancy car.
Also, yeah, I mean, and they don't know, like a lot of people will follow people and they don't know if those people really worked hard for that fancy car, for example, or that fancy diamond necklace, or for that nice watch, or they scammed their way to it. But everything is seen the same, you know, and it's easy to judge. A lot of times I'll find myself judging. I'll judge, like, damn, how does this person get this? Or how does this person not get that? And then I'll find out about their story and I'll be completely wrong. So it's like a negative and a positive.
That's all about being self-conscious. I mean, you should be aware. You should educate yourself. Yeah, this post, this feed that I'm checking right now, which could be a news, which could be something about a life of a celebrity.
You gotta kind of be mature and have your own kind of filter about it. You know, you can't let everything get to you. But I feel like at the same time, with social media, with the stream of so much things and so many people in your face doing the same thing, driving the nice cars, going out, having a good time, traveling, it gets to you. You're human at the end of the day. You're not supposed to see so much. Well, I don't know, you're working your 9-to-5 job, you know, like just sitting at your desk.
And sometimes the side effects of such things like believing stuff that you see on social media is going to really hurt. I'm just going to give you an example. I was talking to my mom a couple of days ago, and she was telling me about the COVID-19 vaccine. She was telling me, don't take it. About 10 people's face turned around and their skin was kind of falling.
Right. Like, I don't know. I'm sure everybody's watching and knows about this. I saw this video about the nurse getting the vaccine and she passed out.
Yeah, that's right.
Even before the vaccine came out, months before, they were talking about how when it comes out, you shouldn't get it because of certain side effects and certain, like, you know, things that are conspiracies that they were talking about, you know.
And then actually, I asked my mom about the details of what she heard. I asked her what was the source, because I was following the news. There were some side effects and stuff, allergies. I'm not going to argue that. The part is, I asked my mom, where did you hear about this? And she was like, on Instagram. I was like, Mom, do you know specifically like which page or like what was the source of the news?
But you know what's funny? Like, not even your mom, and I'm sure she's a very educated person, but a lot of people follow, you get to choose who you follow and you unfollow on Instagram.
Right.
And that kind of creates this bubble of, I don't know, of acceptance. Because you follow people and pages that you like and you relate to. So whenever that pops up on your feed, you automatically don't really follow up because you think you validate that person because you follow them. So you think they're saying the truth or what they're saying is a fact.
But the thing is, 100% agree on that. We as human beings, if we are deciding to start using any of these platforms, we should educate ourselves and we should be aware that there's all the bad and good stuff over here, true or wrong. So whenever we see something, we bump to someone's life or news or a code, anything.
We should take a second back and kind of filter it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's easier said than done. You know, I feel like, especially when you're looking at it, I tell myself all the time that, but I go back to judging people and like doing it. But you're right. But I just feel like a lot of people don't care enough to either. I think people kind of like the drama. I think people like just saying things just to say it. Because I mean, people have different personalities. Not necessarily that's a bad thing. I mean, like a lot of my friends are like that.
You're right. Yeah. So we both agree on this part. But the thing is, at the same time, we have all of these bad and good things regarding to the personal aspect of social media. But on the other hand, especially after the COVID started and all of the lockdowns and small businesses being kind of crushed, the social media and World Wide Web was helping them to kind of
like OnlyFans.
Oh man, like, I knew you were gonna.
It's everybody, bro. Like after I read this article, not this article. I read it on the New York Times. New York Times can be kind of like left and right, but hey, it was how the surge and the boom of OnlyFans happened during the pandemic, which makes sense. A lot of people are home, a lot of people are bored, and all these accounts, different people, first girls, then guys, were popping up with OnlyFans.
Yeah, and how do you bring the traffic to your OnlyFans page?
So
through Instagram.
Yeah, and it was like different accounts, different prices, and there was like dramas about it and everything. And I personally don't have OnlyFans, but
and disclaimer: we are not judging the people who use that.
Not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
But the thing is, the leveraging social media,
just the strength of social media.
Yeah. Leveraging the audience that you already have on Facebook or Instagram, for example, to bring traffic and start having
another stream of income for a lot of them. And, that just shows you the strength of it. And that's the business side that comes in. It's marketing. At the end of the day, it's perfect PR. It's perfect marketing for yourself.
The thing is, there are lots of small businesses that started to reach out to their customers through social media. Why the same businesses were not a big fan of social media before.
Yeah, 100%.
And now they are leveraging this awesome platform to kind of reach out, market their product, and bring the value of their business for the people who are demanding for it.
I think if anything, social media gained a lot of strength and a lot of fans during the pandemic, because you're right, a lot of small businesses that were found out that they could get, for example, customers, or they could get more recognition, or they could get more money or funds through social media. And I think that's a good thing about it.
And when I was watching this The Social Dilemma, the Netflix show, oh my god, I'm pretty sure most of our audiences have already watched it.
Oh yeah, everybody's probably definitely watched Social Dilemma.
Heard about
it. If you haven't, you should.
You should watch that show. It's a
little dramatic, to a sense. But everybody that was on that show was either a CEO or was part of a big company.
So the reason that I brought that up is, in Social Dilemma, they're talking about how these giant companies are gathering the information and tracking your personal life.
And using algorithms.
But the thing is, the data that they're collecting, we are giving it to them. So first of all, there is this cool sentence that if you are using a product for free, you are the product yourself. So if you're using Instagram for free, so it's 100% free. You don't pay to post your photos.
Of course.
So you are the product. And what do we mean by that? So based on what your interests are and what posts you like and you engage with, Instagram algorithm is going to know what you like and what to show you in order for you to like them.
But with that being said, as time goes on, those algorithms get stronger, that data gets better, and that's just how. Do you think? Let me put it this way. Do you think there's a way we should filter it, or how much is too much data? I mean, that could be a whole episode we could talk about.
So the thing is, I brought this up because with leveraging these algorithms and these data that some people don't like them being shared with these companies, they are able to show us the products that we are going to be interested in and we are going to find value in. And it's also going to be helping those small businesses who are using marketing tools that these giant companies like Facebook ads are offering in order to convey this product and this advertisement to the person who's fitted for that product.
So, I mean, that's when you put it that way, yeah, it sounds really good. But also having too much data and information, that kind of is more of a privacy concern. And like, that's the whole thing about how Amazon and big companies are using data to their leverage. And what is like too much data? I think like there should be like, just like we said previously, there should be like a boundary of what's okay to, prosper and progress, and what's really private data and what's privacy, I think that's key.
That's why we have like tools like incognito on browsers that you can, but it's
well, guys are really into like tech I'm talking about the average Joes. You're really into like tech editing, you know the whole 9 yards. But a lot of people don't. The average Joes don't, I mean, there's a lot of options, of course. You're on social media, there's filters, there's mute buttons, there's a lot of things you can do. But the fact that there's so many things to monitor it just shows you how much of it is getting out of control.
The thing is, I myself am on the both sides, like on the side that wants to do the marketing and on the consumer side. I personally don't have any issues because I don't have that much of private content that I care about that being shared with these platforms. But yeah, I agree that there are some people who care a lot.
Of course.
But yeah, having like the option to kind of opt in, but at the same time telling you, if you choose to use these platforms,
you're the product.
You're signing in for that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
I think to be honest, to like kind of just go back to what you said, I think it's good. I mean, there's a lot of negatives about it. I mean, I'm just worried about like the new generation, because we're kind of the generation that grew up with it. I mean, you remember when MySpace was around? Remember that?
Actually, I never used MySpace.
You never did? Well, I did. And like, you had your top 5 friends. And
so I started using... So first of all was Facebook for me. The first social media platform that I used was Facebook. I think, was it in...
That's weird. You're older than me, right? You're like 2 years.
I'm 29.
Yeah. Damn. So like... Damn.
Bro, are you...
That's crazy because
I'm not that old, bro.
No, but I use MySpace and I'm like 3 years younger than you. That's weird.
Yeah. So, and then I moved towards Instagram because that was the new cool thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Still is.
Yeah.
But are you on Instagram?
No, but I mean, hey, if I get that Logan Paul fight, if I need to get that fight and this podcast goes big, I'm on Instagram. I'm all about it.
you should start working on ZsKast's Instagram.
Yeah,
by the way, we already put the Instagram page for our podcast. We're going to put some highlights of our show on our Instagram account. It's Z's like ZS dot. So it's ZS, but there's a dot. So it's ZS dot Cast with K, like KAST. You can follow us on Instagram. We put the highlights, and it's kind of easier to kind of be in touch with our audiences.
And we didn't say in the beginning of the show, but it's the first episode, so it's okay. But we're gonna do it every Sunday. We're gonna try to bring content every week because consistency is key, especially in the beginning. You guys want to see.
So we are gonna be talking about the trending topic that is interesting for both of us, and we think that it's also kind of in the interest of our audiences that we're building right now. So we're going to be talking about those. We're going to share some personal opinions, and also you're going to be helping us with letting us know what you think in the comment section. So if you're watching or listening to us on YouTube, please.
Yeah, your feedback is really important. Just like I'm sure you guys hear it every day when you watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Please like, please subscribe. But more than anything, your feedback is important because that's what's going to help us grow.
So let us know your opinion about every topic that we cover in our episodes below in the comment section. We are going to go through all of them, try to answer, and let you know if you've asked some questions. If you have actually topics that you think we should be covering in the upcoming episodes, please let us know. But to kind of wrap up what we just talked about, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
So the thing is, I think social media is where the attention is right now. And as Gary Vaynerchuk always says, I don't know, are you a big fan of Gary Vee? So he's like,
wait, is that the guy that always cusses and he's got a podcast?
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he is the CEO and co-founder of Vayner Media.
No idea.
So they are a social media marketing company. So this guy is like a genius of social media. He knows where the attention is, where it's going to be. So he's like, wherever the attention is, I'm going to be there. And right now, at the moment, the attention is on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and right now TikTok. So
TikTok is big.
Yes.
Speaking of TikTok, actually, I read that TikTok is trying to take a lot of people, going back to OnlyFans, they're going to take a lot of accounts away from.
They're taking market share from out of Instagram and Facebook. And the thing is, so since the attention is going there, if you have a business and you want to have your product to succeed, you have to go where the attention is and start marketing your products on those social media platforms.
Yeah, we didn't even really get into the details of TikTok and how it's just,
Yeah, that's going to actually
overnight.
be like another topic by itself. But the thing is, to just wrap this up, if you own a business, I think you should be where the attention is. And since the attention right now is on social media and it's just rising and just getting higher 100%. And higher, so you should be there and leverage that.
Yeah, and if you're an average person, I think you should still be on social media. I think it's just that you need to have like more of a filter and kind of not give a fuck about like what everybody says, and just kind of whatever post we see, maybe look at it and look into it a little more deeper. But I mean, that's everybody's personal, preference. And
yeah, so let us know below in the comments again if you agree or disagree. First of all, we are not pushing our like opinions.
100%.
I'm not doing this for Mama. Mama is not doing this. We are just sharing our personal opinions. We might be wrong. You might be wrong. We are not talking about who's correct or who's not. So I hope you guys enjoyed our first episode. If you enjoyed this, please like the video. That means a lot.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe and turn on the bell notifications, because by turning on the notifications, you already know you're going to be getting a notification whenever we post the next episode, and you're going to be like one of the first people watching that.
But you want to be the first one if you go big. If I get that fight with Logan Paul, you can be like, hey, I was there since the first episode.
People should start like mentioning and tagging him below in the comments.
These days, all you need is one video, right? If it works, it works.
But yeah, this is something that we are both interested in. So thank you. I mean, if you've been following and listening this episode till now, we really appreciate that. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, it definitely does. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Until the next episode, please be safe and
wash your hands, wash your ass,
and
wear a mask. Thank you.
Okay, see you guys. Bye-bye.